Rocket League has been on fire these past couple days. The community has been in shambles, and then it's been picked back up again, and then dropped on its head again, and then picked back up again. There is so much that has been going on. Today, we want to cover the brand new Rocket League Esports shop update for 33 teams. They got gold explosions, they got banners, 7 new teams being introduced. We also want to cover the banning and the hacking and the banning and the unbanning and the... Dude, Hoodie, what have we been dealing with? Like, this is crazy.
I think you nailed it. The Rocket League scene has been on fire. But before we get into it, John, do you want to ask the folks an important question?
Oh, yeah. Listen. I keep wanting to say, welcome back to blank. And then I'm like, wait, we don't have a name yet. And I want this to be a experience where we are in this together. This is an open forum. A discussion with me and Hoodie and just kind of hanging out. I need your help to pick a name. So we have 3 names that are just the top on our choices. And a couple of them were from you and one of them was from us. Nicholas Broders from YouTube, one of our top comments of the first episode, said, I really think you should name it This is Rocket League. Everyone knows the phrase. It directly correlates to RLCS. It literally tells you the episodes will showcase this amazing world of Rocket League Esports. As cheesy and silly as it is, I think it's genius and great.
It is.
So that's one, Hoodie. A second one is Quick Chats.
Quick
Chats is great. Our only worry about that was Daz used to have a show called Quick Chats, and he got like 7 episodes in and stopped. But I'm sure I could just DM Daz and be like, hey man, are you cool with us picking it up? It's to the point. It's Quick Chats. We can really talk about anything, and we're trying. We both talk really fast, so it kind of works for us. And last but not least, you want to give them the third one?
The third one, I think we saw it on maybe Twitter, in the YouTube comments, I'm not sure, but it was Shifting Gears. And obviously that's a fantastic fit. We're getting a lot of our help from Shift.
Yeah.
We're kind of shifting gears as a casual fan into an RL Esports fan. I think that one's good as well. So those are our 3 options, but we need your help to figure out what is the best option. John, I think you're gonna hook them up with a poll, maybe on Twitter, maybe on YouTube as well.
I'll post a poll for sure, or check the description. But also, like, more importantly than a poll, please, I need your comments right now on what you think of those 3. There were so many other good suggestions, and please, we went through all of them, but those were the 3 that really resonated with us and struck a chord so far. If you think we really missed one, you can like yell at us in the comments. But hey, enough about this. We have to jump into what's been going on, because it's actually the past 2 days, like
it's been wild.
Like, what the heck? All right, start us off, man.
Okay, so the thing that is most important, most prevalent, is the Rocket League Esports shop update. This just dropped, like, seriously, an hour ago. And we are getting an update. There are 7 new teams that are getting decals in the shop. That's going to be Gen G, Quadrant, Williams Resolve, Solary, Tundra Esports, Ground Zero Gaming, and Endgame. And then we are also getting an update. All 33 teams are having a goal explosion and a banner entered in. So you got your favorite team. You can now rock it in rank. You get that banner. You get that goal explosion. Go check it out in the esports shop.
And this is, listen, Hoodie, this is like what, I'm just seeing all these things. This is what you do as a sports fan, period, in any sport. You rep them.
Jersey.
It is your jersey. And like, you rep them everywhere you can. And you're like, yeah, this is the team. Nah, bro, this is the team. Your player's falling off. He can't even make the kicks. Like, dude, like, that's like, I'm so excited that finally fans of these teams can rock them. Now, would I love, YouTuber ones? Of course. But listen, we got it for the esport. That's more important.
John, we're looking at these banners, and we may need to shift gears to
We're keeping that no matter what. Even if that's not the name, we're always shifting gears.
On to the next story. We've got some big updates regarding competitive players and bans. Now, John, this was a highly complex, highly unique situation.
It was weird.
And you talk about the community exploding. This has been something that the first wave of bans, I think, was delivered around 11 days ago. If you're not up to speed, you can always check out some information. You're waiting. Pilkin has uploaded a great video about it, kind of not laying it out what's going on, but we'll talk about it here in a moment. The big problem here was there were some competitive players, some RLCS players that were affected by this ban. So to lay it out as quickly as we can, somebody bought an Alpha Boost, or they owned an Alpha Boost, and what they did was they told Psyonix that it was scammed away from them.
Stolen.
And so basically what they were doing is they were gaming the system. Psyonix would apply that Alpha Boost, back to their account. They would trade lock it to that account. But the problem is that person continued to own that Alpha Boost, and they just continued that trick over and over and over. And what they were doing was they were selling that account that had the trade locked Alpha Boost on it. So they were taking advantage of Psyonix's goodwill. They were earning money off of it and ended up roping some of these young players into this whole scandal.
For anyone who doesn't know, Alpha Boost, the item right now, I think, like, if you were to buy it, which you're not allowed to do, you are allowed to trade items for it of equal value or credits.
Yes.
It's around $5,000 for an Alpha Boost, maybe $6,000. It fluctuates from $7K to like $3K. It like goes back and forth. So it's very expensive item, and people who have played this game a long time, most everyone who sees it loves the sound. Yes. And loves the feeling it gives their car. So like it's kind of like a pastime, like for you to like you gotta own an Alpha Boost, you know? Yeah. So yeah, keep going. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure people knew.
No, it is. It's an important thing, and this is not a new problem. This is something that happened a long time ago. In fact, actually before, and John, maybe not everybody, but I know you'll remember this. There was a time when we didn't have trading in Rocket League. And even back in those days, people would sell accounts that had Alpha Boost on it.
Yeah.
So this is not a new problem, but this method of kind of essentially just infinitely duplicating this boost and then selling off that trade locked account, that is a problem.
Yeah,
and
huge.
Like I said, it ended up roping some of these high level and even RLCS players into this scandal. So Psyonix was placed in a difficult spot, and they made a statement on it last night. And I'm just going to quickly touch on basically the main parts here.
Yeah, before you say this, though, I want everyone to know, these players were banned, and wasn't there like a window of like this is why Rizzo was signing on to a team?
Yes,
and like
that's right.
So like real quick, just let's touch on like that people were about to play. They were starting their RLCS journey. That night was like the final night you could sign up for it. So a bunch of these players who were in this found out that morning they're banned when that night is their final window to be like signed up. So other people who were on their team were like, do we get rid of him and have to find a pickup because he's banned? Like, what's going on? And Psyonix was quiet on this all for that day, and people were losing it on Twitter. Absolutely losing it on Twitter. And then Booty, sorry to interrupt you. There you go. You can now say
it's a stressful situation. These teams had less than 12 hours to figure out what they were going to do. Yep. And obviously, like it may seem silly, but this is the career of a lot of these players.
Yeah.
So, as John said, Psyonix was kind of quiet. They kept to themselves, and for good reason. They've obviously got a lot of teams they have to run this by. They have to figure out the proper protocols, the policies, how they want to handle it. And like I said, it's a very difficult situation to navigate. Yeah. So what they did was they unbanned accounts that purchased. So if you were a player that purchased an exploited Alpha Boost, if you purchased that account, you have been unbanned. You have been reinstated in good standing. And I want to touch on this before we go too much further, because I know people are going to be upset about this. And I think that the reason that Psyonix did this is because they know that this is kind of a gray area, right? It is against terms of service to buy and sell items, but Psyonix also understands that it happens. And these people that do it have not been punished, which kind of sends the signal that it's against the rules, but we're not really cracking down on it.
And once you open that door, man, I'm going to be honest, then you go check out every YouTuber as Alpha Boost. How'd they get it? How did I get my Alpha Boost? I mean, me personally, of course, I traded my credits like a good boy. Of course. But, it opens the door to, like, a lot of people will do things within a gray area, which is not okay. But, like, I love that. I feel like they handled this. Personally, I feel like they handled this perfectly. Yeah. Which some people might be like, no, it's still not fair. People broke the rules. Agreed. But you have to understand, like, this was like a lot of people in the scene. A lot of people.
Psyonix just understands that they had a role in that not being totally clear. Yeah. If all of their rules were always followed 100%, and pros buy and sell Alpha Boost publicly on Twitter regularly. Yeah. Right? And so it just sends this signal of like, well, they can do it. Sure, this is a little bit different, but why can't I do this?
Exactly.
And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not advocating for it.
No.
I'm just trying to lay out why it's a little bit of a gray area, a little bit fuzzy. It's not as clear and concise as we may want it to be.
Yeah.
So those accounts, those players, John, fortunately were unbanned, and they have been able to they are now in good standing, which means they can compete in RLCS.
And they extended the window
That's exactly
full
right.
24 hours or whatever, or just gave them. So if anyone, like, if they didn't lock in the person that they wanted on their team originally, and, you know, they could make those changes up until 24 hours from when it all went down. So people were just like,
that's right.
I saw tweets like, man, it was my birthday, and this is the most stressful birthday ever.
I know.
But, like, all is good. Because, I mean, can you imagine? Obviously, you want, like, it's wrong, of course, but at the same time, you want that alpha boost, and it's a trade locked account. It can never leave your account. You can never sell it. Sure, you could possibly sell the account again, but you're not going to if you're a pro or you're someone in this bubble scene that is, like, putting hours and hours into it. Like, you just want a nice sounding, good looking boost. So
that's right.
I see both sides of it. I see both sides of the coin, but I do think it was a huge W. Huge W for Saturday.
Now, for you folks that need justice, do not fret. Justice has been served. Accounts and individuals will remain banned and not eligible to participate in RLCS events that did submit false claims. So the people that were kind of, you know, trying to game the system, the ones that owned the Alpha Boost and that were creating the trade locked Alpha Boost accounts, the ones that were actually doing the duping, you know, the duping, that's right. Those accounts will remain banned and ineligible to compete in RLCS events. So
really
there's
illegal
a compromise. And one last detail that we need to mention is they went out of their way to say that this is a singular ruling. Players or accounts found engaging in similar behavior in the future may be punished more severely as exchanging in-game items and accounts for real-world currency goes against the terms of use. So this is not a free pass to do things that you know are wrong, okay? The players, they made a mistake, and they need to be thanking their lucky stars that they are okay, and hopefully everyone has learned a lesson. When something seems too good to be true, John, it might be just that.
It is. It is. And that goes with trading in general. This is like how scams used to happen. All that stuff when people when it just seems all fine and dandy, it's probably not. But I love that last line because now it's no longer really a gray area. Now it's like, hey,
it's
listen,
defined.
We've caught this gray area, and like this situation was really weird. I mean, literally, Twitter was a war yesterday or 2 days ago. It was an absolute, everything was in shambles. It was absolute chaos. And so on top of it all, like for this to come out at the very end of the night, dude, this came out at like 10 p.m. on Reddit.
Yeah.
Like, it just like late. Brought us all back. So, hey, I'm glad the bubble players, RLCS players, everything's good. I'm glad we're kind of back. And now our next vision, the future is RLCS. And
that's right.
That's what we're looking forward to.
We got a lot of action. And on that note, John, by the time this goes out, the North American tiebreaker will have occurred. So what we're going to do to keep you up to date, we're going to go ahead and pin the comments, pin the results in the comments below. If you want to know what happened between Furia, Optic, and Complexity, which teams qualified straight to the main event, which team had to go down to close qualifier, check the comments below. And don't forget, tell us what name you think we should go for this show. Give us your favorite in the comments down below.
Please put it there right now. Seriously, we're not going to leave until you
we're not leaving.
Write a little comment.
We're looking at you.
We're over 16 minutes, though, Hootie. We really have to leave.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.